Happy Friday, writers. Today for writing workshop, you're going to need your notebook, your highlighters, glue stick, pencil, and then your green ELA resource folder. Be careful when you open up your resource folder because you should be keeping your Tiger Rising packet inside. So you're going to tuck that over on the left side. Out of the right side, you're going to take out a couple things. The first thing you're going to do is this outline for our hamburger paragraph writing. The next page called the topic sentence. And then the last page is called indents. Once you're done taking out those 3 teach pages, go ahead and tuck them back in the pocket. And then you're going to take out the first sheet of the practice, which is called topic sentences. Once you're done taking out those 3 teach pages and a practice page, put your folder, make sure it's still in your anchor binder, and tuck that in your basket. Then you're gonna have your notebook. We're gonna open up to the last lesson that we did together, which was simple and compound sentences, talking about our conjunctions, how we join 2 what we called independent clauses, or 2 separate sentences into one, using one of the conjunctions to join them together. So we're going to go ahead and turn the page. Let's double check the page number. So the last page number we inserted was page 20. So that means that we're going to be working on page 21. We're going to be putting something on page 21, and then we're going to also have our next page number 2, because we're actually working on a couple different things. So page 21 and page 22, and then we're going to turn to the table of contents. Page 21, we're going to write the words hamburger, paragraph, format. So we're moving on from identifying types of sentences and how to create a complete sentence to now working on how to join more complete sentences to create a paragraph. And today's date is 9-18-20. And then we have a second page that we're going to also be recording, and we're going to be focusing today on our topic sentences. So that's going to be something that we work on, which is going to be the first part of our paragraph writing. So that's also a 9-18-20. Remember, at any point during the video, you may pause and then get caught up writing, and then push play when you're ready to join us. Go ahead and now turn back to page 21. We're going to take the 3 teach pages. The first one we're going to insert is the format or the outline of the hamburger. So use your glue stick and go ahead and just put some on the outside with your frame, crisscross and an X, turn it back over, and then try to smooth it down. I'm going to make sure that when I smooth mine down, and you need to do the same, that you have enough room on the left column so we can record some information. So leave yourself a nice chunk of room for that. Then you're going to take your next page, which is topic sentence. Turn that page over. This is on the right side. And then crisscross. And then this last page is a continuation of when we're talking about our topic sentences, and this is just to pay close attention to what we need to do to our topic sentence, or the first sentence in a paragraph, which we'll talk about for our indenting. So go ahead and insert that next. We're going to go ahead and turn back to the first page. So we are going to be writing the title, which we're going to be focusing on thinking of a paragraph like a really juicy hamburger. So we're going to write the title hamburger paragraph. So today we're going to be focusing on the topic sentence. So I want you to go ahead and we can highlight it. You can use whatever color you would like to. We're just highlighting the focus for today. So we're going to be focusing on how to find a topic sentence, or how we can sum up the information that we're reading in order to tell the reader what the intention of your written response might be. So we're going to go over to the right side and start talking about topic sentence, and then we'll come back and record some information on our topic sentence. So for the topic sentence, our definition, let's go ahead and use our highlighters so we can visually track some of the important information. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight that title again. And then I'm going to use my second color when we start the definition. So a topic sentence, so this is our vocabulary that we need to be familiar with. A topic sentence is a complete sentence that expresses the main idea of a paragraph. So when we think of that topic sentence, we said it's the first sentence or one of the first sentences within a paragraph, but it's the main idea. So it's the focus of that. We say that it answers questions like why, how, or where. It has supporting sentences or relevant details that usually surround it. And it can prove, explain, or describe something. So when we create an essay, the topic sentences are 3 supporting ideas to the central main idea. So we're going to go ahead and box that word essay, and this is going to be important to us in 4th grade because this is your first year of FSA writing. So we will be taking multiple state assessments on writing throughout the year. Our first one is in just a little over a week. This will be our initial writing sample to see where you are as a writer coming from 3rd grade and then just beginning 4th grade. And then we will have another one in January, and then the FSA one is usually in April. So we will be focusing on how to create the essay with our topic sentences. So we're gonna just underline topic sentence. So we have an example, and this is a way that we could plan is within a web. So our web is going to then focus on the central bubble to be the topic sentence. So we can even write around it topic sentence. So I'm going to highlight this sentence just to indicate that this is my main focus. So my favorite season is summer. The remaining bubbles that come from it, which means the arrows pointing towards them, are my relevant details. So I can say there are 3 relevant details. And this is these are the details that support our topic or what our focus of our paragraph will be about. And then we can see how we pull the planning information into a paragraph. So whatever was in the topic sentence, we would rewrite down here in our sentence. So it says, the warm weather allows me to play outside. I play under the sprinkler with my brother. We run through the water and scream each time. At night, I play hide and seek with my friends. I usually hide behind a big bush, and I love it when the weather is warm. So this is our topic sentence, but we're rewording it, and we'll talk about how to reword our focus to make it more appealing to a reader. So the warm weather allows me to play outside. It's generating some of our thinking. So we like that sentence to start, and then we start describing more of it. When we turn the page, we are going to remember that when we start a sentence in a paragraph, we are going to use indenting. And this gives our reader to our writing a clue that we are going to be changing topics or changing supporting details. So when we look at this, we're going to read the information in the box. And it says indents are moving the first line of a paragraph to the right and creating space. So we're going to highlight right and creating space. So when we look at this arrow, that indicates that will have nothing in it when we actually write our paragraph. So we usually use our thumb and use the width of our thumb to say that's enough space to leave, to then indicate that's the beginning of a new paragraph. It is usually 5-letter spaces. So if you were writing nice and neatly, it should be about 5. We said or thumb space, so let's put that in parentheses. The width of your thumb, and that's usually a good rule to follow. The first sentence of every paragraph should be indented to show where the paragraph will begin. The rest of the sentences should be lined up to the left. So this is very important because when I look at some of your writing that you're submitting, some of you will be writing and your sentences start going in a diagonal, and there's a huge wasted space where you are not writing to the margin. Remember, the margin is where you start every other line after you've indented the topic sentence, okay? So just make sure that is something that we're focusing on. So we're gonna go ahead and turn back to the hamburger paragraph, and we're going to start writing a paragraph. So we're going to write some examples. So we're going to start by saying, okay, well, the topic or the introduction is going to be, and this is where we're going to write our little notes that we talked about, 1 to 2 sentences. And we usually begin with a strong hook. That's why we give this range 1 to 2, because when we start with a hook, that might be a way to get our reader interested, and then after the hook, we will follow it with our main idea. So tell your main idea. So make sure that you're paying very close attention to where Mrs. Lang's writing her notes. We're going to be writing that on the left, giving ourselves enough room so then when we come back on Monday, we're going to be focusing on our supporting details, and my notes for supporting details will fit right within this middle section. And then on Tuesday, we'll be finishing up with our clinchers or conclusion, and that needs to be right in line with our bottom part of our bun. So be very mindful that your notes are being organized and you're not taking up too much room. So when we focus on a topic sentence, we're going to cross out name and we're going to write example. For this particular one, we might say, okay, well, let's think. There are many reasons, and you're going to be writing exactly what Mrs. Ling is writing, because this is an example of how to create a paragraph. So you'll see once I'm done what my paragraph is going to be about. So there are many reasons that I love to teach. So this is going to be a 1-sentence topic. We're going to then look at, well, what is the main focus going to be? I'm already setting up to say that I'm going to have many details or many relevant details that I can use to support, but my main focus is about teaching. So I'm going to circle this just as a reminder that this will be our main focus of how we're creating this paragraph. So make sure you've written your notes to the side and that you've written exactly what Mrs. Ling has written, including the capital, punctuation mark, and you've circled the main idea. When you're done today with following the information in your writing notebook, you're going to use your classwork page, which is the page that says topic sentences. So we're going to write classwork. And it says for you to highlight a topic sentence in each paragraph below. So remember that our topic sentences aren't necessarily the first sentence. It's one of the first sentences, but it's the main idea. So make sure you put in quotation marks or in parentheses, main idea. So what is the main idea of each of the following paragraphs? So you will highlight 1 sentence in each to indicate where the main idea is of that paragraph. So in the end, take a picture of your completed classwork page, and then also take a picture of your 3 completed notebook pages for today.